So a little bit more John Deere history. I figure this complements our video from the other day a little bit. The reason I have this one up is because I'm actually looking for one of these right now. So the new large flame snowblowers. So after 1995, after the winter of 94-95, Deere decided to replace the older TRS 27 and 32 with the 828D and 1032D. So basically it explains that the new model numbers, the prefixes are horsepower and then width. And so what I have been looking for a while is an 828, 8 horsepower, 28 inches. I want to keep that in the garage, and that way I can move snow on the back porch and I don't have to bring the 1445 and the 4066 with blower in so close to the house, because that does represent a challenge when you get the 4066 that close to the house. But kind of cool to see these blowers came out in 95. Goes through all the stats, all of the information for controls. So you have your auger drive, your traction drive control, your speed selection, spout deflector, and then, no, let's see here, I got off there. Auger drive control, traction drive control, speed selector is C, spout deflector is D, and chute rotation is E. So kind of cool to see how all that comes together. All the information about how to differential lock. So I guess they both had differential lock. I was going to read. I didn't get a chance to read this one before I started this video. I should have, but really looking for 828. I'd also take a TRS 27 as well, even though they had the Tecumseh engine. And these had the Tecumseh as well, so Tecumseh Snow King engine for both of these, HMSK 80 and HMSK 100. So on through our list here. Kind of found this interesting. Model E35 Edger is discontinued because of declining sales, increasing prices, and environmental concerns, i.e. regulations. The E35 Edger is being removed from the John Deere Lawn and Garden product line. Inventory has already been exhausted. I've tried to buy several of these E35 Edgers over the years, and they still have a really good following. A lot of people still want them. They're walk-behind edgers that I think are just fantastic, and I would love to try one out, but got to find one to buy one. February of 98, new 445 all-wheel steer. We're pleased to announce the availability of an all-wheel steer for the 445 effective February 15th, 1998. Input from dealers and customers plus increased demand for the 445 model prompted the addition of this option in our 400 series lineup. Kind of cool to see. Did not know they did not have a 445 all-wheel steer. I'd be interested to see the total volume of 445 all-wheel steers that were sold. Most of the all-wheel steers were either 455s or 425s, at least that I've ever seen for sale. Here's the big one. So in June of 1998, changed to implement control system on John Deere products. John Deere has been a leader in development and implementation of product designs that provide excellent performance and also minimize the risk to injury to the operator. The latest John Deere innovation is a unique reverse implement option, which is designed to reduce the possibility of serious injury from rotating mower while the vehicle is backing up, but retain the operator's ability to operate the implement while in reverse. Patent has been applied for the unique system, which is developed by engineers at John Deere Horicon Works. Its potential to increase operator awareness of potential hazards and reduce injuries is so promising that it will be included on the following John Deere products beginning with the 1999 model year. Basically, all their mowers. Mowing while backing up is strongly discouraged. The John Deere Reverse Implement Option, RIO, is designed to help reduce the possibility of injury from rotating mower blades by disengaging the mower or shutting down the engine if an operator starts to back up when the mower is engaged. An operator who deems it necessary to choose to keep the mower or other implement engaged while backing up must take deliberate action to actuate the switch. This will ensure that the operator realizes the mower is engaged and encourages him to take the opportunity to check for bystanders. I like how they still use him there. It also provides a more active way to remind the operator of safe operating considerations. A unique feature in the new John Deere RIO is that only momentary actuation of the switch is required, so the operator can still have both hands on the steering wheel but backing up. Then it goes into a long how it works, basically a whole page. So this is basically, it was probably, you can get into a long debate on how this was implemented and why it was implemented. Some of it had to do with government regulations. Some of it had to do with probably tort lawsuits, things like that. So basically that's kind of why John Deere ultimately went this route to do an RIO system. But that is the initial RIO in June of '98. And it's kind of been downhill ever since with safety options. Although I do like the new systems on the front attachments where you can actually back up and keep the front attachment going. A couple more before we close out this video. New 300 series lawn and garden tractors. So this announced the 335 and the 335D. So this follows the 1994 release of the 345 that we talked about in the previous video. The 355D is really interesting, and we'll come back to that here in about a year from now, a year in paper-wise. So for 1999, the highly acclaimed, very successful 300 series, which at the time had the 325 and 345. The 335 will feature a 20 horsepower Kohler V-twin air-cooled engine with power steering and substantially lower the price than the liquid-cooled 345. And the 355D will be powered by a new 18 horsepower Yanmar V-twin liquid-cooled diesel engine. Customers will appreciate the powerful high torque performance and excellent fuel economy. And plus, farmer and commercial operators who have bulk storage of diesel fuel but not gasoline on site will appreciate the added convenience of diesel power. Only problem with the 355 is the fact that it was just a crappy seller, because the price was so close to a 400 series that most buyers stepped up to a 400 series. So actually very few 355 sold. I would love to have one just to try out for a little while, but it goes over all the specs, basically everything that was coming out of the 355 and the 335. But what's really interesting, so that was, remember this date, so this was September of 1998. We're going to fast forward. August of 99. So originally they were supposed to release the 355 in, I'll flip back again. They were supposed to release the 355 in, where's it at? Availability of the new 325 and 345 was in September of 98. The 355D was in March of 99. Unfortunately, here it is in August of 99, and they're still announcing production delays. We're hereby announcing a further delay in the production of the 355D lawn and garden tractor to allow time needed to complete performance testing and evaluation with the full line of attachments in a variety of conditions. We anticipate shipping release for a limited number of domestic units in February-March of 2000. We'll advise if any further delays occur. We understand this may have caused you and your customers difficulties, and we apologize for this. However, our goal is to provide you with only the top quality, reliable John Deere product, and we believe this delay will enhance long-term customer satisfaction. Very interesting to see things like this. Obviously, the 355 was supposed to be released, and then it was delayed. This is something I did not know until I read this page. Maybe others did, but something I did not know. So I think that's about it for this line of paperwork. Kind of cool things back here. Loader, not much in the rest of this. This gets into all like compact and subcompact utility tractors, things like that. You got some parts information, marketing information. Interesting thing, this binder has some stuff from the 1990 and 1989. So you have some high pressure washers, gear lubricant containers, radios. I would really like to find these. I wonder how many people have hot water high pressure washers. Model 310 and 320, probably not a very common piece of equipment. And our handheld electric high pressure washer. And then I've never seen this type of 38 LS sweeper. Not something I have ever observed before. I'm sure they're out there. Typically when I make an announcement like that on a video, 3 or 4 people pipe up and say they have one, which is really cool. I don't think that they came with these black wheels very long, which is kind of interesting. And then we get into some other things, and then this is all actually some just copied stuff in the back here. Not really sure why it's back there, but skid steer stuff. So thanks for watching. If you have questions, comments, leave them below.